Hey everybody, welcome in, welcome in. Happy Saturday. Come on in. So y'all hung over from the wind down last night? Come on in. So y'all hung over from the wind down last night? Come on in. There we go. Hey, I see somebody's up in here already. Is that you, Lynn? You still here? I said she came in and said hello. All right, guys, I see you coming on in. Hey, Carla, how you doing? Hope y'all having a good day today. I'm getting ready to get started on this on this Saturday. We got a couple of people out there. Come on, let yourself be known. Remember to please the as you're coming in to hit the like button. Let me change my banner so I can that's the correct one for this. Hey Janie, how you doing? That's my auntie. I didn't know you'd be out here on YouTube like this. See, you'll never know who out there. You'll never know. Okay, y'all, come on up in here. Let's get started so we can start talking. Oh, Carla, you said Shayla's on a mission after seeing Denisha and her family. Well, isn't that what Angelina told her? That she was going to be mad when she looked up and someone else is living the life that she was supposed to be living? Happening pretty quick there. That now Denisha's living her life. The guys in the bushes, come on out and let's get started. Okay, so I wrote a note to myself. Okay, so yesterday, because we know there was a lot going on yesterday, with Anthony going to Dave's house, there are two different scenarios, there's two different schools of thoughts as to why Anthony went. So I want to get you guys' opinion on which one do you think was the real reason that Anthony went to Dave's house? Did he go to kind of like tell on Amber and make it seem like she was coming to his house just to start mess and she still wants him? Or did he go to check the temperature to see if they're really in love and see if Dave could get Amber to accept that lowball offer that his lawyer wrote up? So let's see what you guys think, because of course I know what I think, but what do you think? Why do you think which one was his reasoning for going? So Carla, you say, hey Magnolia, how you doing? So Carla, you're saying that he was recording them, but I'm trying to figure out why was he what was the reason for recording? There's no reason. It's a hey skit cousin. How you doing today, lady? But yeah, there was no reason for him to record them just because he records them at their house. So It really didn't. I didn't understand the recording part. Why would he have to record Dave and Amber? Said jealousy. Okay, yeah, jealousy. But it's like Amber could have went over there at any point and record Denisha over there at his house. Hey Denise, how you doing today? Yeah, so guys, on the table, what I have so far for us this morning is what do you think Anthony's reason was for going over to Dave's? There's a lot of people out there that are saying he went so that he could check the temperature and see if they're really in love and if Dave can get and maybe Dave can get Amber to accept that lowball offer, or he went the other side is he went over there just to start some mess between them. So which one is it? And I guess it would depend on if you on team Amber or you're not on team Amber. I'm thinking that that would be why people it would skew your answer. But anyway, Magnolia says, I think he was trying to work his way up to tell Dave about Wayne. I almost think that too, that that was probably what he was doing. And he read Dave quick enough to know that Dave wasn't going for you disrespecting Amber at all or coming to his house to disrespect him, and that he was not going to be one of the people that pull punches with you. So he was gonna speak his mind. So Dave, he speaks soft, but he be speaking his mind. So I don't know. Carla says Dave knew what he was up to. That's why he gave him few words. Lioness, hey, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by today. Said every Anthony went there to check the temperature for the offer, and his lawyer he and his lawyer came with to check that off temperature, but he don't even know that Amber's not desperate though. I think maybe he wanted to see if that Amber's not desperate though. That's the thing. They think she was ready to fold, I guess, because that's what somebody's like, oh, they talking about getting married, so she'll go ahead and fold so that she could hurry up and get married. But why? How you gonna offer somebody $100,000? Really? Her car's worth that much money. Okay, Denise, you at work? Well, make sure you do your work now while you watching the chat. I don't want you to get in trouble. I have done that plenty of days. I be working and on the internet doing something else too, listening and trying to chat. So just make sure you do your work. Carlos Anthony he went to be messy. Amber don't know about the offer yet. That was what I was thinking also. And Denise said he just wouldn't mess with Dave and Amber's relationship. Dave went outside to talk to Amber until she got there, leaving Buddy no opportunity to say anything. Amber would be able to defend herself. That's true. Hey Vernita, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Hey Keisha, thanks for stopping in. But yeah, that's what it was like. I was on Facebook for a little while, and of course I just go in and I was reading comments, and that was like the theme was that Anthony playing chess. He over there because he trying to see if he can get Amber to take if Dave will make Amber take the lowball offer. And then somebody else said, well, he got hey Iris, how you doing? Y'all, thanks for stopping by. Remember to hit that like button on your way in now. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. I do lives every Saturday and Sunday afternoon if I'm in town, which in a couple of weeks I may miss one or two, but I try to do them as consistently as I can. Um, oh, Bertina, thanks. As I always tell you, I will mess up a name. So if you correct me, I don't. I like the fact that you correct me because that way I will never. I won't mess it up next time. And you know something, I didn't take the name apart, but Vertina, that's cool. Thank you. Hey Hope, how you doing? Carla says Anthony got egg on his face, both skits. He's a real clown. But then y'all seen Aunt Wayne? He told Anthony he ain't have no business going over there and all this stuff. And then he turns around and calls Amber and tell her she wrong for going over to his house, to her house. Yeah, it's just it's still your house, but oh, okay. All right. Thanks for teaming. But yeah, it's like he gonna tell her, oh, you were wrong for doing that. Really? She was wrong for doing that, huh? That's her house. Just because he moved that woman in there, maybe that woman, maybe her and her son should be in the pool house. So Wayne is a real snake. Carlos, yeah, he definitely is. I was so glad that Amber turned down that apartment. Because when she was on her way to do that, I'm like, no, Amber, don't make that mistakes. You're going to give those people out there that hate you all the evidence that they need to come at you constantly. I'm so glad she said, nope, I'm not going to do him the way I did Anthony. She took that car, and that was a source of problems for her, that car, that community car. So why they always calling her about their relationship? Because Wayne controls those storylines and he controls their relationships. It's almost like he's giving, but see, I think they know that we've caught on to the fact that most of the time they follow Wayne's advice on almost everything he tells them. And yesterday, Iman said, well, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not giving her 6 months. So Shayla's not going to get 6 months of her bills paid. I feel sorry for her, but that's the way it goes. So Anthony will probably pick up the slack. He'll have to start paying, giving her the money plus paying her the bills. But I'm like, with the money that he gives her, she should be able to pay those bills by herself. Shouldn't be no problem with her paying. She don't have that much of a bill. Magnolia said Wayne just wanted to get Amber in his apartment so he could get back around her again. And for some reason, he seemed scared of Dave because Dave is big. You heard him when he told Anthony, he said something about, I seen big shoulders. I'm only 150 pounds. No, he's like, I would, and he told him he wouldn't go up to that man. Wayne is little. So Wayne is so talented. He is definitely talented. He crazy also, and he makes a joke out of everything. Carla says, I'm glad Amber turned Wayne down. Wayne is really jealous of Dave and Amber's relationship. He knows Amber will never mess with him again. No, because that caused her so much pain. And Janie says Shayla needs to get a job. Well, if the podcast get off the ground, she'll have a job. That's going to be her job. Because y'all know she is podcast lady. Lioness says now Shayla will go after Anthony. Isn't that what it looked like this morning? Like Shayla, come on now. Now you dreaming about Anthony. He was gonna come back to you, but you didn't want to give up Iman, so that was all on you. Anthony said, trust the process. She daydreaming about him. Akeisha says, I'm glad she turned down the apartment as well. I don't think she should have entertained the idea, but a win is a win. I think they had to show that to kind of show the growth and what and what she's doing. So Angela said, good morning, Miss B and Brunches. Good morning, Angela. Thanks for stopping by. And Lioness is speaking with Janie. Um, Iris says, "Oh well, Shayla, pay your own bills with the podcast money." Well, yeah, she can pay her own bills one way or another until she finds another sponsor. And Angela says, "Magnolia and Carla, good morning." Magnolia speaking back. Vertina said, "Facts." And Lioness is speaking. And Angela speaking to everybody, and then Keisha speaking to everybody. And Angela said, yeah, I love Amber's growth. Most definitely. I think they wanted us to see that's something that they wanted to highlight, that she does understand and she has grown some. So messing with Wayne and not letting Wayne be the reason why she gets messed up. What I need her to do is sit down one day and tell Dave about her and Wayne before that match, before that wedding, and just get it out. Angela says Shayla gonna be finding another sponsor when Iman cut her off. He'll be cutting her off quick though. From what he said yesterday, he's not giving her 6 months. I was like, is he gonna cut her off at the end of this month, or will he give her another month at least? Because he was like, I'm not messing with her no more, so I ain't trying to pay all them bills. I don't know. Magnolia says also Amber had to choose David over Wayne again. Dave told Buddy Amber had his heart and he has hers. Yeah, and she has his. Yeah, she had to choose all of Dave over all of them. Now I don't know if that comes back to hurt her later on, but right now she had to choose Dave over both of those two men because they have been the source of her torture all the while on these skits. So Wayne and Anthony competing with each other over her. And I think the only reason why Anthony went for Amber was because she had been seeing because she dated Wayne. Is he went for Roe and then he went for Amber, two of Wayne's exes, because he could have went for anybody else. He could have chose Shayla from the beginning. Angela said, I wish they would let Shayla grow too. She might. I mean, she's gotten a little better, but she needs to get control of that attitude and that those crash outs, because that's just like she don't need to do that all the time. Keisha says, I want Shayla to go after Anthony. I actually think they're better suited for each other. Yeah, think Anthony actually, in the end, he kind of did love Shayla. He did fall in love with Shayla. So, and of course, we know she was crazy about Anthony, but that's the way it goes. Now, is he going to drop Denisha eventually and be with Shayla? I don't know. Lioness says Dave may say that's in the past. I have a past. You have a past. It's in the future that I'm looking at. And he may just say that, but at least give him a chance to know that. And then also because she'll be working with Wayne, so know that he needs to know that because it's almost a Melissa situation where him and Melissa had relations and he was working with her. I mean, he was working closer with her than Amber will be working with Wayne, but he deserves the right to know that also so that he can deal with it in itself. Angela said it's good she chose Dave because Dave treated her better than Wayne and Anthony ever did. Yeah. Hey Juanita, how you doing this morning? Thanks for stopping by. And Keisha says I think Buddy should have to deal with Shayla chasing him again since he keeps telling her she is wonderful. And he feel that's how he feels. Because remember, it was just weeks before that he was telling her he wanted to be with her. So, and Magnolia said he did Lioness, but yeah, it's like he weeks before. Angela Atkins, like why people think Dave is faking just because he's so calm in every situation. That's I think there's two kind of people. There are two people, two different groups or people's thoughts. One group is they think he's faking only because they don't want Amber to have anybody that is going to treat her well. So they'd rather Dave for somebody else in the skits other than Amber. And then there are the other ones that they're just negative and they don't care. They can't see anybody that can control themselves in that way and not get upset, not constantly going in on somebody, not constantly going off on somebody and something like that. So, and most which is what most of the men on the skits do, the way they act. Most of them, they're forever going in and going off on people, on women anyway. Angela, Carla says, Angela, Dave has treated her better than Anthony and Wayne. Yeah. And Angela says, Dave might be what you see is what you get type of guy. It seems like that because he's real quiet, he's real calm, and he's also kind of soft spoken. Can I say that? I'm sure he can raise his voice with the best of them, but he probably doesn't like he's not into raising his voice that much or why holler and scream. He just has those he shows me like he has those Christian values that he can stay calm in all situations because he knows whose he is and who he is. So he doesn't have to go overboard to do things. I don't know. That's what he shows me. He needs to teach Amber that also. She needs to take lessons. Keisha says, I think Amber should tell Dave about Wayne so no one can hold that info over her head. I don't think Dave will have a problem with it. I don't think he will either, but I want her to tell him because of the similarities of the Melissa situation. And then at least that way, he'll know that she's not a hypocrite, that Although she didn't like him working with Melissa, she didn't want her around the house. It's a little bit different, but it is under the same thing, and she'll be working with Wayne. And it's not close, but it's close enough. And we don't know what Wayne's role in that podcast is going to be, if he's going to be in the set with them or what he's going to do. And you know, Wayne is petty. Angela says, Carla, yeah, that's why I say it's good she chose Dave. Magnolia's telling guys, hit that like button for me, okay? There's 13 in here. I'm not sure how many likes we have, but we need to get up to the number of people that are here watching. If you're in the bushes, it's okay. It's fine. I don't have any snacks or anything for you right now, like Nanya, but hit that like button. You don't have to come out and chat with us. Just hit the like button and stay in the background. I do it a lot. Angela said Dave told Amber he trusts her, so she need to trust him. That's true. He did. Said with Shayla, because like he don't want Shayla. Linus said Magnolia. I know Dave said that. Magnolia, yeah, Linus. I watched the clip again this morning. Y'all be getting these things in. Angela says, Holy Mother of God, Denisha about to have problems with Shayla. She coming for her baby daddy. Yeah, she is. Oh, yeah. Well, we said, I don't know, last week, the week before, that in order for the Anthony and Denisha storyline to really keep views, Shayla was going to have to be involved in that in order for it to work, because it hasn't been working. Well, yeah, it hasn't been working. They're not getting the views. And so they inserted Shayla one day to get the views up. And I guess that's what helped. And now it will be Shayla versus Denisha to get Anthony. Oh, Anthony gonna love that storyline. I wonder if he's writing that one. Oh, that women gonna be fighting over Anthony. Magnolia says that's just Dave. He doesn't like arguing and drama while being serious when he talks. Yeah, he's definitely. Angela, Wayne, and Amber. It's 3 years ago. Why would it matter? Okay. Just remember, Dave didn't tell Amber how long ago it was between him and Melissa, but Amber still had a problem with it, and she didn't know the time frame. If she would have known it was 5 years ago, would she still have had a problem with the time frame? Although Melissa still wanted him, but would Amber haven't had a problem with it if the situation with Dave and Melissa had happened 5 years ago or even 8 years ago? Okay, just putting it out there, just putting it out there. It may not matter to Dave, but I think because of the situation, she should say something, regardless. Because somebody's going to come back and say it. And then once again, this will be the one thing that sticks in your relationship that could destroy your relationship, another relationship. And it's not that serious. So go ahead and say it. Because the Wayne thing was the main thing that destroyed her and Anthony's relationship at the point that it did. Because after he found out about Wayne, Anthony was basically done with Amber. Although he didn't leave right away and all that, he was done with her. So if she goes back and she's grown and she understands now that that particular relationship could completely derailed her marriage, she would tell this person the same, because it will do the same thing and they will make it do the same thing. 21 likes and 18 watching. Thank you, Denise. Thank you guys for getting those likes. Magnolia says, if Amber doesn't tell Dave about Wayne, trust somebody will. I know somebody's going to tell him. Somebody will. And Keisha says, when Buddy was telling Wayne about the field trip to Dave's house, I got the impression he wants Amber back. You think Buddy wants Amber back? I don't think he wants Amber back. Now, Wayne may want to play with her for a little while. That's all that is. But I don't think Anthony wants her back. I don't think Anthony wants to let her go. Not because he truly wants her. I think he just won't let her go. He wants to let her go because he wants to control her. But I don't think he really wants her because he's not. He hasn't wanted Amber since he found out that she had been messing with Wayne. That's the way I see it anyway. I don't know. Y'all see it any differently? You can, and we can talk about it. Mm. And Angela says Anthony should know that he can't give Shayla advice because she will take it wrong. Well, no, he doesn't know that. And Anthony also needs Shayla. That's his other. He's lost his main supply for his narcissism because kind of Amber has is gone. So he figured that out yesterday. Amber is not the one that he can do that. I was like, I thought he came over there so he could hear. He's he's missing that. He's missing that thing that triggers that narcissism in him. So he's missing it right now because Denisha's not going to argue with them. So he's missing the one from Amber. So now he still needs Shayla to give him some of that argument and some of that pushback. So he will keep Shayla close. I don't know how Denisha's gonna be with that. She likes Kai, or she don't mind. That's babysitting Kai, but I don't know how long she's gonna go with that baby mama thing either. Because it will come out that Shayla she gonna try to get him back. Thanks, Magnolia. 22 likes and 18 watching. Magnolia says both of them want Amber and Keisha, in my opinion, Wayne for sure. Yeah. Magnolia said Dave said he stopped sleeping with Melissa once he met Amber. Okay, so that was like recent. Mm, yeah. That was recent. That was real recent. That's why Melissa was so salty. Oh, if it was like right when he met Amber, yeah, that's why she was salty. Uh, Abby says, "Hey, family, liking and listening from the bushes." Okay, Abby, thanks for stopping in. We know you're probably busy right now fixing dinner or something. Angela says, "Yes, Miss B, he did tell Amber." Amber said, "How I know you're not still dealing with her." Dave said he stopped dealing with her the moment he said to her. So Dave and Melissa was recent. Okay, they were recent. I heard that conversation, but I guess I didn't pick it up the same. I was hoping that it was an old conversation. Carla says Amber should tell Dave, and if she do you think Dave would be okay with them working together? He'll be fine. Of course, he would have to be fine because he was working with Melissa all that time. But they work together, but they're not. The relationship won't be as close as what Dave and Melissa is, but also Wayne got Tamara. They're working with him, and he has Lauren and Amber. So it's like he has several women working with him that he's either he slept with, and he got one in Delicia that he wants to sleep with. So his attention will be spread, and Amber will not be his main target. She could be, but she won't be his main target. And Magnolia saying, "Hey, triplet." Angela said Wayne was so mad Amber chose Dave over him. He said that man gonna kick you out. Of course he's going to say that. What else do you say when the person that you're trying to rope in through a deceptive means doesn't fall for it anymore? That she's like, no, I'm not doing this time. Magnolia said Amber should tell Dave just so he isn't blindside. Protect your man. I know, that's what I say. She got to tell him. She better be listening to these people, not them for his Facebook people, because they don't want her to tell him because they want to have it used against her as a weapon. And Keisha says, I think he wants her back. I don't think he'll treat her right if he gets her. So I agree with you, Miss B. Yeah. Oh, he'll mm-mm, never treat her right. Harris says, but he doesn't want her back. He just doesn't want to lose. That too. That's definitely he don't want to lose. And Magnolia says, Carla, I I don't think Dave will mind Amber working with Wayne because he knows he has Amber. Amber will tell him Wayne was 3 years ago and it never happened again with opportunity. And it will never happen again with opportunity. No. And she can also tell him, it's like, hey, he got two other women, his recent women sitting on there. So I definitely wouldn't be one of them. And Abby says, hey, triplet, missing our chocolate hunk. Haven't watched this single skit, been looking out for something. Oh, Shayless and Buddy ain't even worth my time. I'll hear it from y'all. Vowed not to watch them this year. Oh, well, you're going to miss a whole lot simply because I think they're getting ready to put Shayless and Buddy on speed dial. Those will between um the new thruple will be Shayla, Anthony, and Denisha. How y'all gonna what give us the letters, like the AAS. I don't know what the ADS. I don't know, but that's gonna be the new thruple. Shayla's gonna be all up in that relationship. Magnolia said Buddy wants Amber back, so for no reason to play, just to pay Dave back. Dave ain't did nothing to you. Better watch out that Dave not in the same some of the same businesses you in. And Keisha says, I think Dave might try to get Melissa back as his assistant. I think so too. I think the other night we were meeting, or during the day, I'm not sure which live we were on with Nanya, but yeah, we were talking about the fact that she might have already still been working for him, but then we found out that she wasn't because that email got missed. So I thought maybe she was just like, in the background working and handling his stuff that she handles. but she wasn't. So he might get her back. I'm sure he knows where to contact her. If not, he can ask Charity. She'll know where to contact her. Abby says this was Wayne's plan all along. He caught heat for Buddy being by Shayla's. He went the long way around to get them together. As long as they happy, I ain't watching them. I want them down and out forever. I don't know. But he's not it's almost like he's not going. Shayla didn't get what everybody was waiting for. It didn't happen. So, and it looks as though Delicia and Iman will not be exposed in the way that people wanted it to happen as well. So again, Amber becomes the martyr, or the person and it's not even the martyr. She becomes the person in the skits who usually gets the short end every time. Because Shayla, again, she was dirt. That it was dirty what she did, but of course she's not going to pay for it. She's not going to have the consequences are not going to be there if they put the storyline the way we think it's going to go. Because all that karma everybody was calling for, I don't think it's going to be, because they're going to let her off and let her ride off into the sunset and go over there and mess up Anthony's new relationship. Hey Dolly, how you doing? Dolly saying hi to everybody. And Magnolia saying, yes, triplet. I'm just rewatching all the clips of Dave and Amber on Facebook. I'm not watching Buddy and Shayla or the other foolish. Okay. And Deborah says, good afternoon, Miss B and Pat. Hey, Deborah, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. So time check. Dolly says, Miss B, I'm multitasking because our family reunion was yesterday and today. Okay, that's good. Dolly, girl, you do not owe me any explanations because you always here supporting. And you did say that the family reunion was coming up. Last week you were working on the family reunion. Hey, Magnolia says 28 likes and 23 watching. Good job, guys. Good job with those likes. Angela says, when Amber says, I choose Dave over the free house, Wayne say, go back to your giraffe house. Yeah, he did. So this man being taken set on a poor giraffe from he's Wayne always trying to make a joke out of everything. That's all he's trying to do is just make a joke. He want Amber beholden to him instead of Dave, but she's not with you anymore. Not with you anymore, Wayne. And then too, like somebody in the comments says, like you giving Amber that house, maybe you should have let Honeypot use it for a little while. So she don't have to stay with Shayla. Cut her payments and let her stay over there. And you pay for that apartment. But Lioness says, do you think Shayla knows about Iman and Delicia? I don't think so. Delicia had been moving funny, and I think that's what had been throwing Shayla off about Delicia. But I don't think she knew about her and Iman. Now I don't know when and if that's gonna come up, because Delicia is really trying to keep that under wraps. She's not trying to let that get out at all, because she knows if it gets out, Shayla coming after her. Dolly says Amber showed courage and growth when she turned Wayne's apartment down. Yeah, she did. That was what I think. And my title for that particular skit was Growth and Maturity. Hey Betty, how you doing? Good morning, good afternoon. Antoinette, good morning. Abby says, triplet, at this point, I need to create a playlist of your lovely couple because there's nothing left to watch in these skits. Erica acting weak. Mike and Ralphie discuss me just too cheap and simple. It's rough out there in this skit land, I tell you. It's tough. Magnolia said, "That's so true, Miss B." Antoinette says, "Do you think Anthony and Shayla are gonna swing the block?" I don't know. Shayla's gonna try. I think she might try because she's been hurt already by virtue of the fact that Anthony was with Denisha anyway before his divorce was final. I think she thought that Anthony would stay single until after his divorce and then try to get with someone and come back to her since he kept filling her head with all that stuff. But I think she might try. And, Anthony weak, so he might go on over there. She'll be competing with, as the people on Facebook say, Denisha cooking. Lioness, Angela says Lioness, when she found out about the, I'm not sure what that is, she gonna run to Buddy. And Dolly says Shayla might spin the block, which I won't be watching. I keep telling y'all that. Well, y'all gonna be, those will be the next. They will be the next throuple because they have to have Anthony with two women fighting over him. I don't know why, but that's how he's been presented in these skits. He's always had like two women because it was Ro and Amber, and they weren't fighting over him, but they didn't like each other because of Anthony. And then there was Ro and what was her name? Chantal, same thing. Then there's Amber and Shayla. So now it will be Shayla and Denisha. Same thing. And say what you want to say about Anthony, but he gonna have these women fighting over him again. They're both gonna pursue. Shayla is going to pursue him because then nobody else gonna pursue Anthony unless they get somebody else off the street and come in, or an old girlfriend or something of Anthony's. But nobody else is gonna do that. And Magnolia says, I have a playlist of Dave and Amber triplet. I can share it. Hey, she's going to share her Dave and Amber. Y'all ask Magnolia if you want to be included with her on her playlist so she can share it with you. I have one of them also, but it's on my playlist. I have some stuff mixed in there though. And Abby says, Dolly, the moment she changed her mind was when Wayne said, don't say I never did anything for you. That made her realize she was falling for the same silly pitfalls set up for her. Yeah, she would have said it. She would have been falling for the same thing. Don't say I never did anything for you. And Angela said, this is why I say I feel sorry for Big Kai because he's gonna get hurt. Well, he'll have a little brother and little Kai. Carla says, I wonder when they're going to show us the house, and I want them to show the commercial for everyone to see. Yeah, it'd be nice if everyone would see the commercial, but for some reason, so far, only Miss Johnson seen it. Well, she had to see it, but Anthony should see it. He's not gonna like it, and Wayne should see it. And Dolly says, I thought when Shayla confronted Anthony that they would become a trio situationship. Yeah, basically. And I'm only saying that because they need Shayla in the mix of that relationship in order for people to for in order for it to get views. But Shayla has a lot of fans as well. So and there are a lot of people that like Shayla. So they will watch because Shayla's in it. And Shayla's always good for some drama. So and Angelina, that would put Angelina in the mix also because she's going to try to get Denisha out of the way so that Shayla can have Anthony. So I'm guessing that's going to be the next storyline, their storyline. And Abby says, please triplet share it. Oh, that man fine. Y'all are crazy. Did you see what Buddy was wearing yesterday? I burst out laughing. He was trying to dress cool, but Mr. Chocolate be dressing casual or formal. 10-10. Man. Well, Anthony tries, but he just don't. His clothes don't fit him the same way. They just Anthony's clothes make him look short to me for one reason or another. They make it he has short legs. It seems as though he has short legs, and he just looks short. I don't know. I think he's like 6 feet, but he just doesn't look tall to me by his clothes. The structure, how he wears his clothes, he needs to fix it so that he looks tall as he is, because he don't look tall at all. He looks short. Our lioness says, Angela, they never showed Shayla going to Iman's house looking for him. Not they didn't show her doing that yesterday. She just went to Wayne's because she knew where he was at. And Dolly says, Wayne tried to make the viewers cool off with him by offering Amber that apartment, and it didn't work. That wasn't going to work. We knew what Wayne was doing. It's like he wasn't trying to make the audience cool by offering her that apartment. That the premise of that apartment was all wrong. He told her she could bring her stuff and put it in that apartment so she didn't have to go over to the house, her marital residence, to get things when she wanted them. That was off to begin with, because she has every right to go over to that house to get her things. So there was no problem with it. Anthony forgot to tell Wayne, just like he always does. He always leaves out one thing, one or two things. He forgot to tell Wayne that he agreed that Amber's going to call first before she comes. That's it. So, nah, she's going back up in there. Like, please, Wayne was just trying to get Amber so that he could have access to her and not have to be around Dave. Magnolia says OFC not, and I'm not sure what that means. I'm sure y'all know. Angela says, Lioness, they give Shayla no karma. Iman left her. Now she thinking about Anthony, so they're about to put her with the new man. Nope. Dolly said, Miss B, Hal and Aunt Erica skits are hard to watch, even though Erica said on IG there's a message in the storyline. I guess there is. I was kind of thinking about it today because Al is too much. But part of it is, I think that because Erica, even though it's like she's being really passive with him, but she is pushing back on him and a lot of the things that he's doing and the things that he's saying. And she's showing him where he's wrong also and where he can do things differently. But I don't know because it's almost like, again, with the theme of them wanting women, oh, you got to be in the kitchen working, you got to be cooking, and you're gold digger if you with the man with money. So it's like Al keep talking about he's seven figures. Big deal. Don't nobody care that you seven figures. Somebody might, but obviously you hadn't ran across that woman yet because you're annoying and and they don't want you. But he kept saying that, and I think he appreciates Erica for holding him for kind of stopping him. She's like pushing back on him a lot in these last couple of skits. I'm like, okay, Erica, because you keep standing being with this man. And like, you already know he wants to change you. But I'm thinking she's not gonna let him change her. And meeting the mother, I guess I have to look at her IG because I'm sure there has to be a message. But what is the message? Is the message that women, because he was talking today about your soft girl and this and that. And I got where Erica was going, where she's like, I've always had to be, the hard person in a relationship and things like that. And I'm trying to let you lead. But you leading me back to, he trying to lead her back to the 1930s, which is the message that goes across with all these people here lately in this country. They want women to be in the 1930s. They don't want you to be able to vote. They don't want you to be able to work. They only want you at the house to have children and to take care of a man. And y'all haven't provided that for us. So I don't understand how you're going to push the people back. They're trying to push women back into a space where majority of the men aren't even prepared to do what you're asking women to do. But anyway, I'll get off my soapbox for a minute because I'm tired of that message is just it's not feasible. And Magnolia says, and then Wayne wonders why people don't accept Shayla. They don't accept because he protects her. He told her the other day, I look at you like my sister. And I'm quite sure that's in the skits and out of the skits. And she's not going to have nothing bad is going to come from her. Shoot. Shayla might wind up with Wayne. Angelina told her because he always looking out for her, maybe he wants her. Oh Lord, I couldn't imagine Shayla and Wayne. But knowing Wayne, he'd do it just to make people mad. Vertina says, I have to do a lot to catch up. I've been missing out. Yeah, Vertina, there's been a lot going on. They had too much going on last 2 days. It was like crazy. Abby says, Angela, that was the plan all along. Miss Seeley is just collateral damage. And her and Big Kai, they just wanted the audience to accept it, hence getting Dave to come in and treat Amber better so we can settle. I don't know. That sounds good. So she was collateral damage. Yeah. And then Shayla will slide back in. Dolly says, please hit the like. And if you're in the background in the bushes, please feel free to like. Angela says, when Amber told Wayne, I'm happy Dave's treat her like a queen. He accepts all her flaws. Wayne's face dropped. He thinks the house was gonna be free access to Amber. Yeah, he did. But she fooled him. Magnolia says, I can post it on the community section too if you need me to triplet. Lioness says, Angela, not King, anyone else, just not King or Dave. Like, no, we don't. Who? For Shayla? No, we don't want King for Shayla. We need King for somebody else. And Dan down there getting close with Miss Biggs. I don't know their last name. Dolly said Wayne threw shots about Dave to spare his ego and rejection of being turned down by Amber. That's always what Wayne does. He's always throwing shots, and he does it in the name of comedy, but it's shots. He does it all the time. Magnolia says, did y'all see Michelle husband pull up on Ben? Yes, I did. I watched that one this morning. Did y'all watch that one? Michelle got a big old husband. And that man pulled up on Ben and he jacked Ben up. And then it was so funny because I wonder if Ben produced that skit, because then the man come out the building talking about he's a boxing coach. He said, I'm a boxing coach. And he said, he's like, you need some help because you look like you need some lessons, because he was getting ready to get you. I said, Lord, no, they didn't put this random man that came out of that house. But that was funny though. It's like, yeah, he came out there to save Ben. Vertina said, Miss Ben be looking at that food, I'm getting hungry. So I'm thinking about what I'm gonna eat. This is brunch. So y'all could bring your brunch with you to you, wherever, whatever area you're in, y'all can bring your brunch and sit down and eat. So I have to eat before the live, but I'm inviting y'all to go ahead. So just in case you hadn't eaten breakfast yet, doing this, it's the brunch hour. It does look so good. All of it looks good. And I'll be having pictures and pictures. Magnolia said Genesis looked like she'll lose the baby. I don't watch that storyline, but I've caught a little bit of it. And I'm going to say, of course, but yeah, of course, because she'll have to be. Because supposedly that's not Terry's baby. And they got Libby on Psycho Watch, because that girl is wild. Angela says, Erica says she want a man to lead, tired to bring the man in and being the man in a relationship. But Al can't lead. What he's doing is verbally abusing her.
UPS is here. UPS.
They'll leave it outside. Thank you. I don't know why he think that maybe that's the first time he just recognized UPS, because they leave packages all the time. It's like they leave the package outside. It'll be all right. But yeah, he is verbally abusing him, abusing her. He's trying, yeah, because he's trying to change her. It's like I don't understand it. I don't understand why she's allowing it, but somebody says she said that there's a message in the storyline. Is the message that you shouldn't accept just anything from a woman, from a man? I don't know. Are you showing us the verbal abuse? Because he seems like he might be a little narcissistic, and then he doesn't accept himself because he's so busy trying to be what the white people are that he's working it with. He's trying to be like them and what why their wives and who they are. And it's like, no, Erica can't be one of them. So if you trying to be like that, then you need to get one of the wives, a wife like they got, and then you deal with her. Because I don't know, but I guess we'll see what how the story ends or how it evolves. Dolly says, I hope King comes to Atlanta and meets Tamara, and that will be a lesson for Delicia. Yeah, he's coming, they're coming to Atlanta, but I don't know. Hopefully he'll meet Tamara because Shayla's single, so nobody's off. Shayla is single, and that means nobody is off limits. Now, Jarvis and Shayla, I could put them two together and be fine, but the only problem is Jarvis is cheap and he's not going to pay all her bills. So we already know that. Hey, Tyrone, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Angela Atkins says, simply, I don't mind settling with Dave and Amber. What they do with Shayla and Anthony, I don't care. Okay. Dolly speaking to Tyrone, and Lioness says, Magnolia, did they find out who the baby daddy is for Genesis? I don't know. Like I told y'all, I don't really watch that, but I watched a couple of the episodes and figured it out. Terry had said that it wasn't his baby, that the ex said that it was his baby or whatever. I was like, I don't. Angela Atkins says, but simply, I still think people still won't accept them because they make Shayla get away with everything. Again, she does have fans, and she has a lot of people who like her and who ride for her. So she may have enough that they they may be okay. And then they may use Shayla as, the crash out, crash, you know, they may have her doing evil things to Anthony and Denisha, which people don't like Denisha. So some people may like Shayla because she's giving Denisha a hard time. Who knows? Or she's giving Anthony a hard time. Who knows how they're going to do it? But I think the three of them will be together. Dolly says, I agree, Abby. Then Dolly says, hit the like. It's free even if you aren't chatting with the group. Yep, if you're in the bushes, you can hit the like and we won't even know you're there. We still won't know that you're there. Dolly says, right, Miss B. Shayla will help the storyline get views. Views. If she will help them get views, but not yours. It's a lot of people that will not be watching that storyline. If they make it into a storyline, I will review it so y'all can come over there and I'll talk about it. Lioness says Anthony hasn't been on his phone a lot like he was when he was with Amber. Mm, Buddy don't be doing nothing. Keisha says Buddy doesn't have any swag. Kind of true. He just doesn't. It's just not there. Abby says Angela exactly. She's a villain with no nooses. She's evil just to be evil. But people have given her a pass, have forgotten all the horrible things she's done because they're focused on Lauren and Delicia. Kind of. Yeah, all you gotta do is put another one out there. And Shayla, they let her keep going. She'll keep going until somebody finally stops her. I don't know. Denisha may give her a run for her money though, because Denisha is a fighter. Denisha is a fighter, and Shayla is not a fighter. Shayla is a talker. So Denisha may give her a run for her money. When if y'all see Denisha over there handling Shayla, then y'all will go watch it, right? Y'all gonna have to Shayla gonna have to be the one that catches all the hell, and y'all gonna go watch it after that. Dolly says Anthony need a scarlet L on that shirt he had on yesterday for loser for going to Dave's house. Yeah, Dolly, we had a discussion early about why did he go to Dave's house? What was his reason for going? Because there's like on Facebook, I saw a lot of people saying one thing, and then someplace else, I seen a lot of people. People were saying two different reasons. And basically, it's if you're a fan. Most of it was if you're a fan of Amber, he went over there to be messy, and if you're a fan of Anthony, and you back in Anthony, he went over there. He was playing chess and he was trying to see if he could get Dave to get her to take the low ball offer. But I'm trying to think, it's like because people see I've noticed that people see the title and they write comments based on the title and not the actual skit. So after he got over there, I don't understand how people were still saying he was over there about that settlement offer because the settlement offer had nothing to do with the reason why he was there. I don't know. But that's what it was. That's what people were talking about. Abby says there will never be enough reaping for me for Shayla. These men aren't her husband and has never lost two babies. Delicia catching heat, but Shayla was far worse and vindictive. Even Delicia feels bad. Yeah, she does. And yeah, it's like Iman was not he wasn't Shayla's husband. And of course she didn't yeah. So I talk to Wayne, y'all. Talk to Wayne about this one. Because they decided not to make Shayla reap anymore. Hopefully, maybe she's gonna reap more and we just don't see it yet. Maybe they splitting it into giving her a little piece at a time so she don't get in the insane asylum. Because over Anthony, she could have went and she could have gotten committed for how she went through with Anthony. Dolly says, right, Miss B. Wayne is going to Amber to put her belongings in their apartment was wrong because Amber shouldn't move all her belongings out of the mansion. And that's so true. I don't know what they don't understand about that. Like, all she get, but they leave stuff out on these skits just to leave it out, just so they have something to do. But it's like Anthony, she's not moving out yet. She didn't move out, and she's not moving out until you finish the divorce. And Dolly says Al would have been kicked to the curb with his mindset. Yeah, but Erica's keeping him around. She said there is it's a story, there's something there, so y'all gotta watch it and see because people are picking it up because we like Erica, please get rid of Al. Angela says, true simply. Tyrone says, what was the mess with Michelle's husband? They too old for that. Michelle's husband said Ben disrespected her and he went to go fight for his wife's honor. At the end of the day, he told Ben, you don't talk to my wife, you talk to me. Ben stood up there explaining why he fired her. He's like, no, you talk to me. You out here disrespecting my wife. It was the funniest thing. I was like, oh, so we don't have to guess who Michelle's husband is because she done brought her husband out there to act, and he out there acting the fool, and she over there running beside him. That was funny. That was the funniest thing to me. Dolly said there's 32 likes and 21 watching. Thanks, guys. I'm back up to 29 now on here. That's really good. Thanks. Angela says, I don't believe Al is no seven figures. No one with seven figures don't get up bragging every day. Well, people like Al do because he thinks he's a catch. He said the other day that he's the catch. It's like, honey, that's that Kevin Samuels stuff. He's the catch. There's women that'll knock each other over trying to get to him, but what they have to lose in the process, they're not gonna want. They ain't gonna try her. Lioness says, "Let Al go. Go to Shayla. Shayla with Erica's new man Al. Really? No. Shayla would have Al going crazy. He wouldn't last with Shayla. No way. Shayla's everything he's trying not to have Erica be. No, she Dolly, 32 likes and 23 watching. Thanks, guys. Angela said Al is too hype. I think he's a liar, making Erica to think that he is someone that he's not. I don't know what he's doing. All I know is he getting on my nerve out here with all this. He too bougie for me. Dolly says Al definitely has a backward mindset because times have changed. Yeah. And Keisha, Al irks my spirit. I guess the writers thought since the red pill community is in the comments, they might as well represent them in the sketch. Yes, and I can't stand it. And I only watch Al. I think I had like seen Erica had a different man. So I'm like, okay, now. But it shows why he was at the dating service, at the dating agency because nobody would date him. Nobody will date him. No one will date that man. Erica trying to be nice, and you can see for her, it's even taxing for her to even be around him because he's real. It's too much. Dolly said Wayne coddles Shayla, which is why people feel the way they do about Shayla's character. Yeah, now that is definitely true. I know who is it? Another one of the content reviewers. He always did say that they coddle Shayla. He's like everybody coddles Shayla, from Tamara coddles her. Even now Delicia's coddling her. Wayne does it. Anthony does it. They all coddle her. They all act like there's something wrong with her and she needs to be protected. Except Angelina and Zasher. Zachary don't coddle her at all. Magnolia said Dan and Shayla write it. Want to write it down, Dan and Shayla? Dan don't have no money. Dan trying to scam Miss Big's wife. And she said yesterday that she said her and her husband are going through some stuff, and she found out that he was having an affair. So do we think, because I know once before I don't know what I was watching, but somebody was saying that they think that she knows about Lauren and her husband, which is she found out he had was having an affair, because that was a long-term affair between him and Lauren. And that's why she's always, I think she's around Dan, because she wants to be able to get to Lauren. So Lauren better watch out, because Dan ain't the only one. Danby done told her, "Oh, I'm going to Atlanta to go see, Lauren is in Atlanta. She might tag along so she can go get Lauren, because you was messing with her husband all them years." And Keisha says, "I think King would be good for Tamara." Yeah, I don't know. I might stick her with Jarvis just because she done got on my nerve lately. Over there going off on people for Shayla. Shayla know how, she can do that herself just fine. And Dolly says, Lioness, since Shayla love men with money, let's put her with Al. Al is not spending money. He's not paying bills. Unless Shayla gonna be around there, Miss Susie house, homemaker, and she's gonna have to lose her weave and everything. He'll transform her. Magnolia says, remember when they said Dave was married to Michelle? Yeah, I know. I know. That's what I was like. Yeah, we they can put it to rest now. We know who Michelle's husband is. Who's that? Eklund. Hey, good afternoon, Eklund. Thanks for stopping by. Simply say Keisha, and they're loving it. Yesterday, when Amber went to see the apartment, they said she better get used to it after Dave finds out. And if Amber is destitute, even so, her and Dave would have worked it out. Yeah, like, of course they were going to say that. That's why I'm glad the way that skit went the way it did. She went and looked at it, and she was up in that apartment, and she had an epiphany, and she was like, no, not doing this, not again. And Eklund says, yes, Dolly, I said that Shayla could be with Al or Jarvis. Y'all just want Shayla to suffer. Al or Jarvis, yeah. But both of them would be attracted to Shayla, most definitely. But Jarvis couldn't. Shayla is not as tame as Tamara. And I don't know that Jarvis likes women who will push back on him too much. I think he likes the quiet type that will not give him a lot of pushback, because Shayla will give him pushback, mouth and everything. And Eklund said, oh, which Keisha says, I remember that Magnolia. I guess they were proven to be wrong again. Yeah, about Michelle's husband. Well, people throw stuff out there. They just throw it out just to throw it out. And Eklund says, I would put Al with Libby. I wouldn't even put Al there with Libby. I wouldn't put anybody with Libby, but I would definitely. I don't even think I don't dislike Al that much that I would put him with Libby, because Libby is truly crazy. She's certified crazy. And Magnolia says, Keisha, now it's Dave and Denisha's baby daddy. Yep. And Eklund says, please no, no DV. Yeah. Libby about causes it, really. Angela says if the writers use Wayne and Amber's affair to break up Amber and Dave while putting Anthony and Shayla back together and make them happy, people will be, yeah, they definitely will be. Because again, that's why we were saying earlier that they need to, Amber needs to head that off. Because that was the one thing that she was concerned about Anthony being at the house that day, that he was going to tell about her and Wayne. So tell about you and Wayne. So no, Anthony won't hold that over your head. And after that, you have nothing else that has to be exposed or to be told. Expose yourself and just deal with the whatever the outcome is. Dave already don't care about your background because Dave got some stuff up in his background that you don't know about, and he probably ain't trying to tell. That he had a whole lot of women and a whole lot of stuff going on, and we don't know how long ago he was with that girl Evelyn. We don't know if they were teenagers or if they were recent, because she's telling me she's still in love with him. How you still in love with him if it was a while ago, and if he was messing with Melissa recently? So Dave being done got around. So no, that's why he's saying everything. Oh, that's in the past. That's in the past, because he does have a past. And he's been passing around. He's been passed around. But yeah, so she just needs to expose it and get it over with and stop worrying about it. Yeah, to Alto. So his mom wanted to meet her. Yeah, like I don't even know. And he's using his mom as like the goal for Erica. Well, my father and she just followed him, and no. Eklund says exactly. That's why Al should be with Libby. Oh Lord. So Tamara is the snake. Um, Magnolia, yeah. They made her a snake. Angela says Denisha say her baby daddy was abusive. Dave's not abusive. Yeah, but that girl, I'm not gonna say she would have been Dave's child, because she's not dark at all. I mean, she would be just a different shade. Diamond says, "Hey, Diamond, thanks for stopping in." Says Angela, true. I don't want to see Aunt and Shayla together either, but it will be interesting to see if and how Denisha and Aunt's situation get affected. Mm-hmm. See, a lot of people not in for the interested. They just don't like put them together, and we're not gonna watch. So Abby says, I hope Al's mama tells Erica to run. She must know her son is silly. Hope she isn't those stay for everything under the sun older women. Erica better wrap this story up ASAP. We is tired. Oh my God. Yeah, we is tired of that thing right there. But I don't even know why that woman want to meet Erica. Magnolia said they trying to say it's Troy, but it can't be according to Libby's own writing. Oh, Troy is Genesis X. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what Terry was saying the other day. Angela Atkins says, Miss B, even if Shayla have her fans, does she have enough fans to carry the views? I'm going to say I know Libby. I know Anthony and Denisha, they don't get the views that, of course, that Anthony and Amber were getting. But adding Shayla into the mix will help boost their views. Now they're not going to get the same views as Anthony and Amber. Nobody's going to get those views. Even Amber and Dave, they won't get the same views because you have so many people that don't want them to be together because they are Anthony's fans, that they won't match, they won't watch. So they all will, the views will be down for both couples until I guess something happens that makes everybody wants to go and watch maybe both of them. But yeah, Shayla and them, they can carry it because the time that their views were down when they put Shayla in there, and Shayla was going. Shayla came over there, and her and Delisi was going at it, and the port on the porch and all that. Those views increased. So Wayne knows that, yeah, that increased. So they'll get it, but it won't be the same because the Daltons are like was their flagship couple, but they ran their course also. So there's no need. We don't need the Daltons anymore. We need new couples, and we need to branch those two off into something else because they can't they can't win anymore. Dolly says 35 likes and 28 watching. Thank you guys. And I said we got right now we got 31. If you're in the bushes and you haven't hit the button, go ahead and hit it for me. Angela says, Diamond, that is what I want from a fight with Denisha and Shayla. Now I'm telling you, those little things like that, those two going at each other, that will boost their views. Dolly says Anthony has to lead with money because his game doesn't work for him. It's boring and lame. Hey, you got to use what you got. So he got money and he leads with it. Keisha says Denisha is not giving up her 20 million man without a fight. Hey, if she over there and she cooking and cleaning and taking care of his child, would you give it up without a fight? And she taking care of that girl's child. I'm taking care of you over here, taking care of your baby, and you gonna come and try to take the man? Mm-mm. And Angela says, I want to see a fight with Shayla. they Shayla don't fight. Shayla has a mouth. Shayla just is all mouth. You know how they used to call people mouth almighty? That's Shayla. Shayla is mouth. Shayla don't know how to fight. You could tell she don't know how to fight because she'll jump behind somebody and then call herself like hold me back, hold me back. Shayla don't know how to fight. Bertina says, Miss B and everyone have a beautiful, blessed afternoon. I'm on my way to an eye appointment. Okay, Bertina, you have a good rest of your day as well. And I thank you for stopping in. Hey, Bree, how you doing? When you laughing at something I said, ain't no telling. Angela said, Keisha, you know how she working overtime when she hear about that 20 million. Oh Lord. Okay, he must have been told he got to take a nap because he's having a fit. Bree says, I wish Wayne leave Amber alone. Never. Angela was telling Bettina goodbye. Keisha says, sure she has been, Angela. Saying bye, Bettina. And Bree says Anthony went there to get Dave to turn against Amber. He wanted Dave to think Amber still wanted him. Yep, that's part of the consensus. The other thing was that he went over there playing chess and he wanted to get Amber to take that lowball offer. So he wanted Dave to force her to do that. Dave is one thing, if he is, he ain't nothing else but he a businessman. And he know a good deal and a bad deal. And everybody knows Anthony is worth more than what he what's the name? What he they put on that table. I can't wait for them to come back with their offer. And Constance needed to call his attorney one more time and tell her, okay, so where the rest of the money at? Because he's worth more than that. I can't wait. Abby says, Miss B, even if Miss Seeley gives Shayla problems, it doesn't count to me because Miss Seeley is just as shisty for being in Amber's house. So her and Shayla cancel each other out to me. I'm gonna come and watch with you, Miss B. Okay. I'm gonna if they there, I'm gonna watch. I will be watching and I will cover it. But yeah, they do kind of cancel each other out. Angela says they say Anthony went to Dave with a plan. They gave Anthony too much credit. Anthony went with no plan. He went to gossip about Amber. That's how I felt because I didn't hear the plan. I didn't hear the plan at all. He didn't even, but then they say he was taping him. And I'm like, you recording him? How was you recording him? You didn't even have your phone at first, but what did you go over there to record? That Amber was staying over there? Because that's already known. Her attorney already knows that. But do you know that Amber's attorney also knows that you got another woman in the house? Because your attorney don't know that. So your attorney don't know half of what you doing. So I don't even know. Anthony's one of those people. I'm gonna point out all of your flaws, but I'm never gonna show my flaws. But his flaws will be pointed out also. I don't even understand what they did, but that offer was a joke. Bree says, Angela, exactly. Anthony is a trip. Yeah, he is. Dolly says, Angela, it's good that Dave stood up to Amber with Anthony with few words and sent him away like a little puppy. Yeah, because Dave didn't say much. He was like, because he wasn't going to go back and forth with that man over his wife. He wasn't going to do it. And that was how he was supposed to do it. So Anthony came over there like, I come to talk to you man to man. And you didn't bring anything. If y'all hear that in the background, my grandson having a meltdown today. He gets upset and then he starts defending him and his mom go back and forth. He be trying to defend himself for whatever he did. And I ain't never seen two people do that all the time, but that's how they work. Um, Hope says Al is nerve wracking. Yes, yes. Al is not. He's not the desirable 7-figure man that anybody wants. I don't know how far out that 7 figures goes. Like somebody was saying, oh, they were saying that Dave he missed the 6-figure deal with when he didn't wake up that morning. So I'm like a 6-figure now. Is the 6-figure like the 6 figures that Anthony's offering Amber in the divorce settlement, or is the 6 figures worth more closer to 7 figures? Because it makes a difference. Because 100,000 that ain't nothing to write home about. Now, if it's closer to 1 million, we're talking something. So, Al, where's your six figure on the scale? Because you might be worth something depending on how far you're going, what those numbers are adding up to. Eklund said, "Hi, her darling." 36 likes and 28 watching. Yes, thank you guys coming in doing getting those likes. Bree says, "Who's writing Erica's story? Because Al is a mess." Erica's actually she produces her own stories. So somebody said earlier that she said on her IG that there's a message in the storyline. So we just haven't gotten to the message yet. She's slowly unfolding it, but we haven't gotten there yet. And we have gotten sick of Al because we want Erica to win. That's another one that we want to win because DC is a fool. And I'm so glad that they've kept DC and Rosie where they belong. Maybe she should let DC and Rosie come out because that'll run Al away. Because he don't like ghetto people. When she get tired of him, all she got to do is bring DC and Rosie out, and he'll be gone. Angela said Al is going to be single forever. No woman don't want date. Nope, nobody wants Al. Al is sickening. Sickening. Dally is clapping for Eklund. Oh Lord. Eklund says DC writes Erica skits. I don't think so. I thought they told me that Erica writes does her own stuff, and she produces her own skits. Angela says, Bree, I believe Erica says her storyline is a true story. Mm. It's a true story. I hopefully not for her, because I thought she was with that other man that was the singer that was fine. That man, what was his name? Um, her other boyfriend's friend. Bree says Eklund. Oh, okay. And Eklund says, I'm like this. This is what DC told me to look forward to. LOL. DC can throw this storyline in the trash where it belongs. Okay, so DC said that. If DC writing storylines, that's why his always messed up. They need to stop and take the pen from DC because he ain't never got a good storyline. He does the same thing with every storyline. Get a woman, get her pregnant, and act a fool. Hey, Sabrina. And Sabrina said, nobody wants Al. Erica needs to stay clear of him. Yeah. Eklund said, Sabrina, Al should be with Libby. Y'all trying to give Al to Libby. Sabrina said, she's crazy, though. Yeah. It's like y'all to DC writing scripts. If DC writing, we all in for it. Bree says, IDKY, and I don't even know all that. Oh, they protect. Oh, you don't know why they protect. I see, I got it. Y'all know I'm not good at these shortcuts, but you say I don't care. No, I don't know why they protect Shayla so much. She gets so much support in this show, no matter how evil her character is. Shaking my head. Yes, she does, because Wayne has a soft spot for Shayla. I don't know why either, but he does. And he has a soft spot for her. And of course, people like to say that Shayla said in that Wayne said in a interview or something that he was going to make Shayla a star. So, and then at one point, she was the she was one of the highest grossing. Her skits were some of the best, had the highest views on the series. Her skits were pretty good. That's why I said that they're good. They're gonna take and put her back over with Anthony and Denisha, so that she could get so that they could get high views, because Wayne feels like he just loves him some Shayla. And then the other day he said, I think of you as a sister, so I think of you like a sister. So I don't know if any of that was real or if that was just skitland. Because he trying to tell her, don't be running behind Iman. Dolly says, Miss B, Anthony left Dave's house with his head down like a cartoon. Like Carlton Banks on the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Anthony leaves most rooms like that. He leaves most rooms defeated. And I don't get it, because he walks out and he puts his head down and he be walking out like a little boy. And it's like, why you defeated every time? You can't walk out defeated every time. You don't have to start holding your head up. But he go up against Shayla, he walks out the room defeated. He go up against Amber, he walks out the room defeated. Every time he leaves defeated, because they done said something, and then he won't say anything back. He just walks out. But Amber does that a lot too. She leaves the room and sometimes she walks out defeated. I'm like, why y'all like y'all defeated? Angela said, Dan looking for a new place to live. Oh, yes, he is. And he hitting on Mr. Big's wife. Sabrina said, yes, Eklund put him with Libby. Y'all want Al to go crazy. Lioness said, I have a good day, everyone. And Miss B. Thank you, Lioness. Thank you for stopping in. Eklund says, I know she was protected because of her case. Oh, but that case was dismissed. So I really don't understand why they still. I don't nobody understand why, but Shayla is always coddled, and for one reason or another, she starts acting like she is it. But that's Shayla though. Angela says, "Thank you guys. 35 likes, 36 likes. Thank you." Bree says, Ekelin, they say her and Wayne are close in real life. And they probably are. And he probably looks at her like a sister, and he's going to protect her in these skits. Angela says, thank you guys, 34 watching and 38 likes. Also, because during that rough time with her and Anthony and her, the whole thing with her and Anthony, she took a lot of heat for that storyline. She was getting, the threads, the unaliving threads. She was getting a lot. She took a lot of heat for that. So that may be why also he protects her, and he doesn't want anything to hurt her, as far as how that did, because she took a lot of heat in that storyline. So I'm sure that's it. She's probably grown from it, and uh, she could better deal with it today. But that girl took a lot of heat, and people still don't like her today. So y'all know she took a lot of heat because Anthony was Amber's, and yeah, people still don't like Shayla because of that. Bree says they want to put Dave with everyone but Amber. Child, shaking my head. They got to make Dave to be like Anthony and Wayne, or to be like not so much Anthony and Wayne, but to be like Wayne, because Wayne change a woman every 3 months. So that's what they want. Somebody who Wayne and Mike. There's Mike over there changing out women like he changed draws also. Sabrina says, "Did you see Michelle's husband beat up?" Yep, we did. We saw that. That was fun. It was still funny to me because he went and got Ben. And Eklund says, Bree, yesterday he spoke for her during her case. That's why the judge pardoned her. Okay. So they're close. That's why, yeah, that girl took a lot of heat for that. And Dolly says Shayla will have to be Miss Susie Homemaker on steroids to deal with Al. Oh, yes, she would have to. She definitely would have to. Shayla would break Al down. And Bree says why they keep saying Dave gonna leave her after finding out about Wade. Dave don't care about and what Amber did before him. It's because people have to have something to hold on to for the negative. So they're losing all of their negatives, so they have to hold on to one. So that's why I say Amber needs to just tell Dave about Wayne. Other people saying, well, she don't have to tell Dave about Wayne because it worries her. Because when she was talking to Ernestine yesterday, that is the one thing she brought up. He's going to tell Dave about me and Wayne. So tell. And nobody else can tell. After that, you've already exposed your tea. Nobody else has anything else on you. So now you're in the clear and you don't have to worry. Tell him Wayne offered her, and tell him that Wayne offered her an apartment to take her stuff to. And she went and looked at it and turned him down. That's all she got to do. And just be done because Dave don't care. He really don't care. And it's not that he don't care because he don't like her. He don't care because he knows she had a life before him. And hey, Willie, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by to support. We just chatting over here. Angela says, "Do you guys notice they never make a video of Amber turning down the apartment?" Yeah, they did. Go back and look at it. They did. It was right after that when they were coming out of the apartment. She did turn it down. Unless they took it off. And if they did, I don't know if I reviewed it or not. I'd have to go see if I reviewed it. But yeah, she turned the apartment down and there was a video. It was when she said the title was when Amber tells Wayne, I can't do this. And that was her turning it down. Sabrina says Shayla won't be with any of those men, especially if they don't have money. That's what I'm saying. They don't have money. You can forget about it with Shayla. She got to have her bills paid. Angela saying hey to Willie. Dolly saying right, echoing about Shayla. And Bree, Angela, of course, because they're haters. Yeah. And Tyrone saying Angela, she turned it down. Yeah, she's telling us she turned it down. Simply says there was one Angela. It's when she's talking to Wayne outside the apartment. Yeah. And Angela says, Sabrina, I believe even if Anthony and Shayla get back together, she's still going to want a big house like Amber. Of course she is. Of course. She going to want that house, which nobody should ever want to live in that house. Bree says, Dave is not Denisha's baby daddy. I wish that. Can they have a Denisha? Can they have a girl have a different baby daddy? She could have a baby daddy that comes along. She can have one that comes along. You know, they bring people in all the time. But he hasn't been in that boy's life since all this time. That would be a hard. That would be hard. Bree says, I think Amber do need to tell Dave about Wayne. Yeah. Oh, Sabrina saying control your own negative narrative. That's true. She has to. And Eklund says, hot brief, Denisha's baby daddy will be introduced to the skits by Scamalina coming soon. Now that may be who introduces the baby daddy, because she's on it. She's gonna find out who Denisha is and what she's about and everything. She will find out everything. Angelina got connections. And Angeline says, Tyrant, I know I was saying the haters never made no video of her turning the house down, but they do video of the first two skits. Oh, okay. I didn't know. Well, if you, it's their narrative. Their narrative is she was going to do. That's why people should watch, not just watch content creators stuff, but also watch the skits from Country Wayne directly, because people can have a narrative on their channels that they want to put out, and they'll have people believing that the way that they put that they're posting the videos, they're not going to tell you the whole story. So they'll have people. That's why people be misinformed a lot of times, because they're not doing the research themselves. They're taking it from what other people are posting, which you should never do. Always go out and look at the videos yourself. And Sabrina says, the realtor friend, is she the past? Yeah, sounds like she's the past. The way she talks, she's the past. And simply, Abby says, I honestly don't think there's anything to tell until it comes up. Same with Melissa. It came up at the appropriate time, when there was a question and he answered truthfully. Amber had nothing to hide. She doesn't, but again, she will be working with Wayne. So it will come up. Dolly says, Angela, remember when Anthony promised Shayla a bigger house in the mansion? Shayla will remind Anthony, yes, she will. And Tyrone is saying, okay to Angela. Bree says, Eklund, you're not into something and you're on to something. Angelina did say she was going to find out Denisha's back history. Yeah, she was. Angela says, exactly, Dolly. Abby says, and because Angela has a review about good things about Amber, goes against the narrative they're trying day and night. Yeah, because a review about the good things about Amber, people won't. I don't know why people do that. It's like, let everybody make up their own mind. Magnolia says, remember when Amber said to Dave he was a single bachelor until her and Dave quickly said, not exactly. So what does that mean? I don't know what that means, because maybe he wasn't single, maybe he was in relationships. So just because he was technically single doesn't mean that he wasn't in relationships. So some people think if you're not married, you're single, or maybe he doesn't think that way. Maybe he was in relationships during that time. And they did say that he said him and Melissa was messing around up until he met Amber. So Sabrina says Angelina is going to be on fire now to get Anthony back with Shayla. Yes, yes, yes. Sabrina says, you now you say that's fine, Sabrina, to my hi. I started chatting anyway. Well, we knew you were here, that's for sure. Hey Nancy, how you doing? Support, support. You know I'm almost gone. Oh yeah, it's 2 o'clock. We try to get through some more of these chats, and I gotta get out of here. Thank you, Nancy. Thanks for stopping by. And Sabrina's like, I know, Dolly. Dolly. Bree says, I believe Amber and Dave will get the views. The haters love watching Amber. Yeah, of course. They will get the views because people will hate watch Amber. Anthony and them, they're gonna have to work for their views. Nancy said, I love Dave and Amber. Nancy speaking to everybody. Magnolia says, yesterday of the 3 skits, got 1 million views on Facebook, 2 of Buddy and Dave, and the Amber Buddy and Dave. Wow. Yeah. Because mine even got, I mean, I don't get million views, but if I get 1,000 views, I'm like, oh, that one was popular. Okay, 40 likes, 32 were watching. Bree says we got Dave X's in the mix, which will bring views to Amber and Dave's skits, and Amber haters will watch. That's because it gives them a narrative to start doing things, saying, oh, because as soon as Charity called Evelyn, that was like, yeah, she gonna be with him. So it will always keep them hate watching. And that's basically what they do. They hate watch. So and then Anthony and them, but they won't have as many hate watches, but they'll have some. Willie says, I would like to see more positivity, but I guess it's not a money maker. Yeah. It's not. Bree is saying Shayla's all talk. That she is. Shayla will says Shayla will more come up to you and then run, move up to you and then run. Yeah, she will. She's not going to, or she gonna get behind somebody. She's not gonna fight you. Willie, I've been thinking that for a while now. Magnolia says, but they do have chemistry with Dave and Amber, romantic as a serious couple. There, they do. Shayla want Anthony. We know that. Picardi had a mentor the whole time who was writing this. She had a mentor too the whole time. I don't know. Wayne loves Amber. Poor baby. Naps are good for you. Dave is a good man. That's a Nancy. Dave didn't respect, don't disrespect his woman. And Denisha gonna take all Anthony money. I don't know about that. Did you all notice Amber calmed down when Dave told her just call before going over? Yeah, she did. She listened to him. She got to listen to him. So he's leading in the right direction. So she needs to listen. Uh, Nancy said Anthony's on demon time. And Eklund, Nancy, I want Denisha to clean out Anthony's bank account plus offshore accounts. Angela, I don't think Anthony was taping Dave. I don't understand why he would have been taping him. He didn't get any information, that's for sure. But that don't be comparing apples and oranges. That's what he's like. And I think he said, and I think you know that. And Anthony thought, well, you know, I got at home. And he's like, don't be comparing apples to oranges. I think you know that. Like, you know, Amber. And Bree said, Dolly says, Bree, Anthony left Dave's house like Carlton Banks on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with his head down and his tail tucked like a puppy. That's his normal walk. Oh, check bank statements and credit card statements. Oh, Nancy, then she say, no deal. Yeah. Anthony is a clown. Dolly, Bree says, Dolly, I peeped that. I know he felt dumb. And Angela said, I believe Anthony went to Dave to gossip behind Amber's back. If Dave had not called Amber, he would have told him about Wayne. He probably would have. He just couldn't do that in her face. Uh, Abby says, Drunken Pete needs a refund. Ain't on the way. She has a mentor and she's this messy in all areas of her life. Ain't no way. Watch done. I don't know about who is the mentor. That's what I want to know. Nancy's house a creep. And Dolly saying Anthony never tells his attorney the whole truth about what he does. No, because he thinks he can get by. And he thinks that Amber is not telling her attorney things. So he's thinking that it won't come to light. But he doesn't know that Amber is telling everything. And so when they start those real negotiations, his attorney gonna be looking like a fool. Dolly's telling everybody to hit the like button. Magnolia, Al, and Lisa would work. Yeah, yeah, or Danielle. Probably Lisa, because Danielle a little feisty sometimes. Abby says, "Ain't no way Drunken P has a mentor. Where's he's been? She needs a refund because she's a mess in all areas of life, especially as she's collecting free money from Wayne. Watched Rome tell him he can't stand by Buddy. Who is her mentor? I guess that's a new skit because I'm like, who is the mentor? The mentor let her get drunk all the time and be driving and passing out. And I guess I got to watch that skit. I know Dalen got mad yesterday because Ron was saying that he didn't like Anthony. And they tell me, that's my buddy. It's like, Dalen, he's not your friend. He don't even like you. He said you beneath him, basically. Nancy said Al's a scammer. Hell, why we gonna say Al is a scammer? So Al says he's a 7-figure man. He's like, he got money. Y'all leave Al alone. He trying to mold him a wife. He trying to make him a wife. Angela said, I thought Amber was gonna get the amount of how much Anthony was offering yesterday, and Anthony's lawyer says she would send it over. You know they go slow trying to get all that. They weren't gonna give us all that much on that all in one day. Diamond says Wayne loves himself. He doesn't know how to really love a woman. Well, we figured that out. This message, he's a creep. Angela said, simply that mentor needs to be fired. I'm going to have to go watch these skits with Peoria and her mentor. Dolly says, Sabrina, Al did say 7 figures. And Nancy says, D will give him a birthday party. He will. So Erica need to take Lawrence. I can't stand Lawrence. No, she needed that other man. I can't think of his name. Lawrence friend, the one that was singing. That's the one. And I think that was her real life boyfriend anyway. Magnolia, I wish Amber could break away from Wayne's poison pen and write her own and Dave's story. So they say that Amber is writing her own stuff, but I don't know. I know she's one of the producers. Um, Al is a creep. We're all over Al before we get the full message of what Erica experienced. Yeah, we are. And Erica writes her own skits. Yeah, Magnolia. That's what I thought. I thought they said she writes them. She does her own. Oh, yeah, Nancy said that. Yeah, Lawrence's best bestie. Alex, yeah, Magnolia. Now, Alex was the man for Erica. She couldn't go there, but that was the man that she needed. That's the one she needed. And Sabrina says, remember, Al snatched the phone and spoke to DC. He kind of invited himself to DC and Rosie's cookout. If nobody needed to go to the cookout, we don't need Al at the cookout because it would be too much for him. It would actually blow his brain up. Al cannot go to the cookout. Oh, I said, Dana, storyline is trash. Okay, Nancy. And yeah, Magnolia said Alex was Lawrence's singer friend. Yeah, that's the one I love to see Erica with. At first it was Lawrence, but Lawrence got lame quick. I didn't like him. Hope says Alex was fine and that's who she should be with. That's what I say. Cause this fool here. Hey Ruth, how you doing? When Al find out Erica has 7 figures herself, he don't care. He still think he's supposed to control her. Dolly says, Magnolia, if Amber broke away and produced and wrote her own storylines, it would be awesome to watch. Nancy says, Wayne said that his little sister, are you talking about Shayla? And Nancy says, Shayla is toxic. Yeah, that is his little sister. Ruth, Al talking about old money and new money when Erica has her own money. I'm like, Al, you got to be a new money because you just said your mama came from the ghetto. Uh, whew. Eglin says, yes, Sabri, Al is weird. How can you invite yourself to somebody else's cookout? Not even that. He's just weird. Like Anthony is a coward. Oh, so Magnolia says she's limited as a actress, though. I think as far as doing all of her own story. And Nancy says Anthony is sassy. Well, we figured that out yesterday because he definitely did a female move. I don't know, man go up to another man's house and tell my wife to leave me alone. I still can't get over that. You went to another man's house and told him to tell your wife to leave you alone and stop coming to your house. Your wife. And then you had the nerve to stand there in front of him and say, but that's my wife. And he said, well, on paper only. How you gonna claim her after you telling this man that Anthony is sassy? That's as sassy as they come. That's some mess that a woman would go do. Tell my husband. Angela said Nadia over here, Jay and Ernestine laughing at her trying to cook and nearly burn the house down. Well, she shouldn't be over there trying to be Ernestine. Sabrina told me if I was Shayla, I would go back with Arby. Shayla has surpassed Arby. She would run circles around Arby at this point. She was already running circles around him back then. There's no way. She's way past Arby. Arby's still yeah, he's still slow. Diamond says someone said that Wayne looked like a basketball player boxing out Shayla when he was trying to keep her from chasing and following Iman down the driveway. He was a fool. Did Anthony did the walk of shame at the big dog's house? Oh yeah, he always does the walk of shame. Sabrina Arby would have been a good dad to Kai. Yeah, he would have been, but well, I can say that, but maybe I don't even know Arby take care of the one he got on the skits. He really wasn't, but Abby says triplet her acting when she and Iman broke up with her, just making the noise and throwing stuff around. She has no range even when she's acting sad. I felt nothing a good villain can make you feel for them. Y'all just don't like Shayla. Uh, Nancy saying good lies. Thanks, Nancy. Angela says Sabrina Arby don't want Shayla. He told her she's the devil. Hmm. Nancy, love your reaction yesterday. Good job. Thanks, Nancy. I appreciate it. I try sometimes. I get personal on them sometimes. And I try to stay away from it. Wayne don't protect Amber. No, he don't protect none of them. Angela says, simply, I believe they don't um, make Shayla do the crash out skits. She can't act them properly. I mean, she did them before that when she was doing the crash out with Anthony. She did a good job. Oh, Magnolia said people still hate Amber over Roe and Mike. Child, they need to just go back on and don't worry about that. Said Mike done been through so many women. Ro probably thanks Amber at this point. She would have been thanking Amber because Mike wasn't nothing but a garden tool, as some people call. Nancy said Wayne is married to games. Oh yeah, that's what he likes to play. Nancy's like, love that. Larry, I don't know if Larry gonna get a divorce. Well, he's gonna try anyway. Angela says, Nancy, I believe because Amber's stronger and more powerful actress than most. If you notice, Amber acts all the difficult cases. Yeah, she does. She does a lot of the stuff that takes range. She really does. Her and Ro used to do a lot too, though. Now Natasha gets holding her own because with Libby is pushing that girl to the point of no return. Natasha's on a road trip with Jacoby, and he is penny pinching. Jacoby, I don't know why she don't see that man for who he really is. She really needs to see him for who he is. He ain't nothing. And Dolly says Amber's acting has different ranges, which makes her a phenomenal actress. Definitely. Eklund says, yes, Amber should tell Dave about Wayne. Golden Girl. Hey, Golden Girl. We're going to be getting off of here in a minute. I'm going to do 10 more minutes because I'm over time. Bree says, Angela Yap, that could be why Wayne writes her character to go through so much pain. Amber's a great actress. Yeah, but you ain't got to go through all that pain. Hey, Tina, how you doing? Good afternoon. We still here. So we'll hang out with y'all for a few minutes longer. Dolly says, yeah, Willie Jacoby is a joke for Natasha. Tina's speaking to everybody in the chat. Angela says, yes, Bree, she is. Magnolia said she swore Dave was working with Buddy to catch her cheating or to take no money from the divorce. Oh, they swore. Yeah, of course, that's what they were doing because the negativity is what motivates a lot of the people in the skit. So, again, they like the negative part. So, after each skit, they take the headline. All they do is take the title. Like sometimes I tell people I read the titles and I not on the skits, but like on news reports or something. I just read the title. So I don't even know. I read the headline. I don't even know what it's about. I just say, oh, such and such did such and such. Like, oh, okay. That's what they do. And they go in with the narrative that has nothing to do with the skit. A prime example the other day, the title said that Dave gets Amber a house or something to that effect. And people were in the comments talking about how Dave was trying to get rid of Amber. He was trying to put her out of his house, and they were just going through all that. And then I watched the skit and I'm like, so y'all didn't really watch the skit because that man in no place said that he was putting Amber out of his house and he didn't want the negative energy in his house or none of that stuff. Dave asked Amber what kind of house she want because they was moving together. And I was like, I wonder where y'all, but the negativity for most people is what sells. So they only care about the negative. And I don't know if some of those are bots or what, but whatever it is, they're not they're not looking at the skit. They're just going by the title. And they're putting comments in there that don't even go with that they have nothing to do with the skit. And Diamond says, I wish Amber didn't even go to see Wayne's apartment yesterday. She should have entertained the idea, but I was relieved when she declined it. Yeah, she did. She entertained it. Wayne called her stupid. Well, you know, he's married to the game, so what does he know? And Tina and everybody is saying hello to each other. Saying hello, hello. Hey, Nanya, how you doing? I answered your text this morning early. I wasn't going to text you that late, that early when I first woke up. People saying hello. Golden says, do you think Anthony got with Amber because of his competition with Wayne? I do. I believe he did. That was the only reason why he was with Amber is because of the competition. And that didn't go well at all. People speaking to Ananya. Dolly says Amber turned down the apartment in the parking lot of the apartment and Wayne was throwing shots. Yeah, he was. Nanya speaking to the chat family. Some other people are speaking. I'm trying not to do those because I'll be off here in a minute. Angela says Diamond, maybe Wayne Amber skit was to show her growth. Yeah, I'm hoping that it was, but that's what I labeled it, that it was growth. That she understood that that wasn't the right move for her. Diamond says Wayne calling her stupid is a manipulation tactic. He was hoping she could fall into a trap of messing up her divorce, messing up her relationship with Dave, and becoming Wayne's side piece. Well, he was hoping that she would fall for it, and that wasn't going. It didn't work. People are saying hello to each one, everybody, and just trying to get through these chats. Just dropping love. Thank you, Nanya. We love you back. Nanya says she's going out to run some errands. Angela said, "Where's Angelina? She went undercover to dig up Denisha's past." You know, Angelina doesn't. She doesn't. I guess she doesn't tape as often now. Diamond saying, Angela agreed. I guess it was progress, even if I'd rather her growth not be. Her growth not even go with Wayne to look, but it was really nice, a relief to hear her tell him no. Okay. Tina saying, I agree, Miss B. Angela saying, Diamond, me too. And Diamond is saying, Wayne doesn't love anyone but himself and his money and his kids, of course. Tina says 46 likes and 28 watching. It's like, that's good. We had a little bit of people up in here to get 46 likes. Dolly says, I'm preparing for the family reunion to start at 2 while watching. Okay, Dolly, get your family reunion going then. Willie says, Golden Girl, Anthony and Wayne have always been in competition with each other since Anthony came to the skits, women, money, cars, and houses. Yep. So, yep. Okay, Nanya said, have a great day, everybody. Should talk to everybody later. She's going out to run her errands. Wayne and Anthony love only themselves. Yep. Thank you, Tina, for asking people to subscribe. Okay, Nancy, thanks for stopping by. I see. Thank you. Have a good lunch. Thanks. What Amber was going to take. Said they swore Amber was going to take that off. But yes, people did. To me, we all like Dave when he got that walk of shame. Yes, I liked him when he didn't let Anthony finish the sentence before he was like, "Oh, don't do that." He was like, "Don't be comparing apples and oranges." I was like, "Yeah, Anthony, he teaching you how to take up for your woman." Angela says, even when Amber's not on the skit, she still put her name on the thumbnail. Okay. Tina says Amber and Dave is going to probably last longer than Anthony and Denisha. Probably because Shayla will break up Anthony and Denisha. That's most definitely. Sabrina's referring to Magnolia's comment couldn't mean that Amber is still married, so he's still a bachelor. Oh, hmm. Well, yeah, because he's not, he's just in a relationship with Amber. He is still a bachelor. Angela, yes, because Amber is the goat. Okay. Amber and Dave, yeah, their chemistry is definitely undeniable. They have to be a couple because it's like it's not her and Dave weren't like that. Her and Wayne wasn't like that. None of them. So Dave has to be her real man. I'm glad he decided to come on in and do these skits for her with her. Says she's a runner and a track star. Ah, that's Sabrina talking about Dave is a good man, Savannah. Dolly says poor Tink Tink. Wayne's plan didn't work with Amber. Tina is like, you and Magnolia are head over heels and with Dave, boy. Amber is Dave's natural black queen. So Amber is a beautiful queen. Thanks for the likes, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Oh, team divorce without wavering. Hopefully we can get the team divorce. Oh, it's like, yeah, Angela saying that Anthony was shook when what Dave knew about how he be doing Amber. Yeah. Dolly says Miss B brunch has been awesome. Thanks again. I thank you all for coming by. What time is it? I'm way over time now, so I'm not gonna get to all of these. But one I thank all of you for stopping by. I went over my 2 hours and I did 2:30. Oh, thank you, Tina. I'm glad you came by. So I'm here again tomorrow from 12 to 2 or a little after 2. And I try to be here every Saturday and Sunday. These are my times for my live. So I appreciate you all for stopping by, family. And, I always catch you on when I join Nanya's chat. So I thank everybody for just supporting me. I had pretty good. I mean, I don't have 100 yet, but I'm cool because right now I started this and you guys automatically came and followed me. So I definitely appreciate each and every one of you. Okay, I'm trying to see. The mentor does Picardi have when she still lives in the drinking? Yeah, I'm gonna go find this mentor thing. Oh, and Dolly's saying the key is that Dave revealed that it's apparent that Amber and Dave communicate more than Amber and Anthony did. Yeah, because Dave knows what's going on. Hey, Hemi girl, I'm on my way out now, but I thank everybody for coming in. Thank all of y'all for coming in and supporting me, but I gotta go now. I need to get some errands done and some things done today also. I tried to get through as many as the chats as I could. And I'm gonna leave with this one right here. Said Amber should counter with 500,000 in cash and 20,000 a month for 2 years and 6 months. I hear you, darling. That would be a good counter. We're gonna leave that one right there. Yeah, nobody appreciated Shayla's spaz out. All right, everybody. Let me end it.